Dan.
Hello.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. Maybe you kiss my wife. Maybe my heart's on fire.
If you kiss me, I'll be dead because you're a zombie mummy. So
I'll suck out your life force now.
No,
So we just saw Gods of Egypt 2.
we didn't.
Part of the Gods of Egypt cinematic universe.
That's a blatant lie.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as good as Gods of Egypt.
Yeah. I'd hoped it would have that.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be like so bad it was good. There's elements of it in there.
Yeah, felt like it was going towards at one point, but didn't land.
No. So we just saw The Mummy. Both of them. Well, all of them, really. You saw...
Not all of them.
Well, no, you watched all of them. Well, you watched the the main ones.
I watched the 3 that are called The Mummy.
Yeah, yeah. You watched the original 1932 Mummy.
Yeah.
And we both watched the Brendan Fraser one, just out of interest.
Well, we said we were going to watch the original, but then you only watched the Brendan Fraser remake.
I never said, let's watch the original.
You said the original.
I could
You
find the quote. I
specifically
said, I think
original.
we should watch the Brendan Fraser Mummy. That was the exact words I said. I remember
not
because I
true.
typed them. You can fucking look up the message.
I could, but I'm too lazy. You said the original.
I'm editing this, so I'm gonna put it on the screen. The message that I sent you that says, I think we should watch the Brendan Fraser Mummy. And we did.
Well, I'm going to tweet out a picture of you being wrong.
No one follows you on Tweetser.
Wasting time Twitter.
Oh, no one follows that.
That's true.
No one watches our shit.
It's true, we have one porn bot following us and me.
It's better than no porn bots following us.
Yeah, but we need more porn bots. Like and follow us on Pornhub.
That seagull's giving us funny looks. I don't like him.
He owns our laptop.
I'm trying. That's shiny.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a little face.
Yeah.
Most
animals have faces.
Yeah, but a little face.
Most small animals have little faces.
He's not that small, look at him. He's a happy boy.
So, you're gonna... Really? What are you doing? Are you gonna give him the garbage? They'll just attract more of them.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the trailer for fucking Wimpy Kid 7 or 4? I don't know.
You want one?
Oh, Greg, I wouldn't encourage them.
There's only one.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul.
Do we have to see that? I really don't want to watch that.
I think it's out right now.
Oh, thank God.
I think we missed it.
Oh, good.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul.
So we're talking about The Mummy, I guess. We saw the trailers for it, like everywhere. Like they're clearly like promoting this as the new. This is Universal's.
The Dark Universe.
Yeah, the Dark Universe.
There's a new production company simply called Dark Universe Productions.
It was like 1 minute into the film, it came up with the Universal logo.
Yeah.
And then immediately, like, it turned around to the other side of the planet, and it's like, dun, 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 dun. It was like the Dark Universe, and you and me just started, like, pissing ourselves laughing.
It was amazing. I was so happy. That's what made me go, maybe this movie has a chance.
So didn't worry.
I was still let down.
Well, like, we watched the Brendan Fraser Mummy. I watched that one a lot when I was a kid. And I... Like, watching it again was, like, aggravating. Because it's so fucking dumb. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, it's cool, there's a mummy, and he made a sand tornado, blah. But watching it again, it's like, this movie's really fucking stupid. Like, there's a part where the mummy is afraid of cats.
Yeah,
and great. They don't think, hey, let's keep this cat with us. They just leave him, and then he eats the guy. It's like, just give the cat to the guy, and the guy won't get eaten, but the movie has to happen. And the whole film is just that. It's like, why is anyone doing what they're doing? Why is any of this happening? Why is everyone an idiot? So
why is Brendan Fraser so gosh dang amazing?
He is good in that film. Because I was going to say, it's not all bad. There was like, I felt like there was too much humor and not all of it landed, but I did laugh quite a bit at a lot of the jokes. So like, Benny had a couple lines that made me laugh. A couple kind of scenarios with Brendan Fraser were quite funny. Mm-hmm. The Jonathan guy, like I remember really liking him as a kid, but he's like the worst character because he's supposed to be comic relief, but it's all forced and none of it lands. It's a fun Indiana Jones-esque romp. There's some okay action. There's a romance. It's not great, but it's there.
It's got a mummy in it.
Yeah, it's got a mummy in it.
He's a mummy.
Yeah.
That's all you need is a mummy.
Yeah. Brendan Fraser.
I love him.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good.
He's a good man. When I was a little child, I dreamed he was my dad.
I thought that was a recent dream.
No, that was when I was a small child. I always
Oh.
wanted Brendan Fraser to be my dad because of George of the Jungle.
What, the second one where he has a kid?
No, because that's
From
not
Two and a
Brendan
Half Men?
Fraser.
I thought it was when I was a kid.
No, you're there's a specific scene at the start where they
I
say,
know.
"Hey, wait a minute, you're not Brendan Fraser."
I know. I remember watching that scene and being like, this a different guy? Like, watching it now, it's like, it's very obvious that it's not the same person. But hey, I was a kid. I was dumb. I enjoyed The Mummy Returns more than the original. And I haven't seen that one recently, but they're both not great.
Love Tomb of the Dragon Emperor is the
Oh,
best
I've
one.
never seen that one.
Me either. I just got the Blu-ray, so I'm gonna watch it.
Can we watch it together? Because I want to see that Mummy Returns film
sure.
again. But no, like, I thought once I'd seen the 1999 Mummy, I was like, you know what? That Tom Cruise Mummy might be okay. It's like, it looks like it's taking itself more seriously, which was like, I felt like I laughed at maybe like a third of the jokes. Well, I had low expectations for it, and then I watched the 1999 Mummy, and I was like, oh, it wasn't as good as I remembered, so I was like, okay, so maybe the Tom Cruise Mummy might be okay, because it's taking it in a more serious route.
Yeah. And
And then we saw it, and it's like,
the Dark Universe.
yeah, that's the perfect like summary of
Yeah.
it. Like I like the pacing. Like I felt like with the Brendan Fraser one, it was a lot of okay. We've taken half an hour to get to the place, and then we're gonna spend another half an hour digging stuff until we have finally set free the mummy. In this, it's pretty much from the get go that they just let the mummy loose,
Yeah,
and it was fast paced. That was probably the only positive.
yeah, they like establish characters
Yeah.
quite quickly.
They got
They
it out of the
then-
way with.
Yeah, then they just like keep moving on with like, hey, here's the lore, and then yeah, it's really like, it doesn't feel like crammed in, but it does feel fast paced.
Yeah, like there was no point where I was bored, which I guess is
Yeah, I'd agree.
I can't say I liked what I was watching, but like
Yeah.
there wasn't a point where I'm like I hate this and I want to die. It was just like I never wanted it to end either, but not like I don't want this movie to ever end. It wasn't just like. It wasn't like Baywatch where I was like, just fucking stop already. It was just like I watched it. I don't fucking care. Yeah, it was meh. I enjoyed it more than like King Arthur.
How dare you? Oh.
Well, you said you had expectations it'll be like the
I
same as King
thought
Arthur.
it would be on that level of just okay.
Yeah. It is kind of just okay. But
Yeah,
like,
it is.
A lot of it's just okay, but then there's some like if it gone in and there was two directions. It could have gone slightly more serious and less dark universe.
Yeah.
And just been its own thing, and it would have been okay. Or it could have gone more dark university and just been like utter fucking schlock.
Yeah.
But it didn't do either of them, and it didn't tread the middle ground very well either.
Yeah.
Because there's like a huge scene in the middle where it's just like, oh, fuck this. It's like if you look at like building a cinematic universe, the first Iron Man has one post-credit scene at the end where he meets Nick Fury. That scene is like the whole like middle half of this movie. They just go to this place and there's just Dracula's here. It's like, what are you doing? Like no one fucking cares. We just wanted to see a mummy movie. We don't want to see Dr. Jekyll.
Don't
What?
you want to see the creature from the Black Lagoon?
That's an announced movie. Like they've got a lot of faith in this dark universe.
Johnny Depp as the Invisible Man.
I was saying like at least we won't have to look at him, but
No, they're gonna like put all like white face paint
Yep.
on him. He's gonna have like eyeliner and contact lenses.
he's just gonna be another wacky Johnny Depp character, like Toto from that Lone Pirate movie. What was...
He's gonna look like Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, just white, pale white. Yeah, or he'll be like, no, because the original Invisible Man, he was like wrapped in bandages or something,
Yeah.
like a mummy. Speaking of mummy,
We
Don't-
saw that movie that
Yeah.
was called The Mummy.
yeah. So, what did you think of the mummy?
I don't know. It was black and white. It was like
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you what you thought because you watched the original. I've never seen the original. I've seen the original Frankenstein and the original Dracula, and then that Abbott and Costello movie where they meet all of them.
Yeah.
But I ain't seen the original Mummy. What's it like? Is it good?
Yeah, it's okay. It's just like it's very much like the Brendan Fraser movie. It's just a remake, but with action in it.
So does it take place in like Egypt?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like an American thing.
Nah, it's like it's all in Egypt. It's like
What time period is it set in?
in the in the 30s.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
It was a movie. It took place in the 30s. There was a mummy.
Was there just
He
the one
looks-
mummy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's
Because
fine.
all like the Brendan Fraser one and the new one, they've got like several mummies. So really, they should be called the mummies.
Yeah.
But they're just called the mummy singular.
Yeah. I mean, the original is the same thing as the Brendan Fraser one. Imhotep is trying to revive Anta Sabababla, whatever his lover's name
Yeah.
is. And it's, the half British, half Egyptian girl who he imprints her into. And he's like, yes, now I have you under my hypnosis. And only love can break the mummy spell. And it does.
These movies rely too much on like the curses.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess the Egyptian gods are just real. Okay. This is a man with a dog head.
Yeah, he's a big dog man.
Egyptians had weird gods.
What are we talking about? They had Jackal Man. They had other Jackal Man.
They had cat man.
Yeah, they had a couple Bird Men.
They had dog man.
They had Sun God.
You've seen all three of them. I've only seen two. So, like, out of all three of them, what do you say is the best? The original or the Brendan Fraser one?
I'd say I like the Brendan Fraser one the most.
Yeah, it's better than the original. So, that's an instance of a movie remake being better than the original. It's not very often that happens.
It's more to do with like time, like because of how young cinema was.
Oh yeah,
in
it was
the 30s.
like 10 years old or something at that point.
Yeah. It just has like a lot of these issues that it's like,
Well, they didn't really know how to make a proper movie. Everything was just an experiment.
yeah, and like a lot of things were just like, it's just weird to go back and see like, oh yeah, to fade something, they just had to turn off all the lights.
Really? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Plus, like, scenes just like to do like a fade to black, it's just all the studio lights go out. So you
Aw.
see them like dimming. Like
Aw.
sometimes like one will dim faster than the others, and you'll see like light disappears from one bit before the others.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I really want to watch this old mummy now. You said it's only like 67 minutes or something?
Yeah.
That's decent. I might crack it out, see what it's like. Why is the Brendan Fraser one the best?
I think it's just the most entertaining as
Yeah.
a movie overall. It's got action, it's got comedy, it's got like a functional romance. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like charismatic Brendan Fraser.
That's a good word, functional. Because, like, I said the biggest problem with the Brendan Fraser one is the script. And the characters just do things that
Yeah.
make no sense.
Yeah,
It's so contrived. It's like, okay, we gotta wake up the mummy. How do we do that? She just finds a map, and then all of a sudden she's just a treasure hunter. So they go looking for it, but then they lose the map. But then but that's how we get Brendan Fraser in, because he knows where it is. And then they go there, and then it's like Indiana Jones with the Nazis. They keep their who's gonna get there first, who's gonna
Yeah.
catch the thing, and it's like it kind of flows in and out of Indiana Jones. And it's a mess, but I enjoy it because it's like turn your brain off, forget that everyone's a fucking moron, and just enjoy that there's some dumb action and some funny moments.
Yeah.
It's okay.
it's nice. It's a nice
not,
time.
It's not the best movie. It's
No, The Mummy
fun.
Returns is. It has the Scorpion King in it.
Yeah, it's a cartoon. I knew you were gonna reference that at some point.
Of course.
Because The Rock played the Scorpion King in the sequel, and then there was like 3 Scorpion King movies that just
Yeah, there's
baffling. They were awful. I remember seeing one of them, and it was just all I remember is The Rock wandered around the desert for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And it was so boring, and he
Scorpion
never
King.
turned into a scorpion.
yeah, because that happens later.
Yeah,
He is the Scorpion King.
yeah, King of Scorpions.
Yeah, he's not a real king. He's just a Scorpion King.
He's a cartoon.
Yeah, he's great. He was beautiful.
I just like that. I remember liking Mummy Returns more as a kid because it had that little eight-year-old boy with the
Yeah.
thing on his arm, and it gave him powers or something. And then
Yeah.
they made a cartoon out of it. That was what I remember the most, was watching that cartoon.
Yeah, I think that's the same with me. Like, I enjoyed Mummy Returns more, but that's because it had that child element of. In The Mummy, it's like it's not really like a family film. It's just kind of like
Well, that's a good analysis of the Mummy movies would be Ghostbusters. If you think, like, the first Ghostbusters, not really a kid's film. Like,
No,
there's
no.
some scary elements in there, but kids would enjoy it. Like, I've
Yeah.
seen The Mummy as a kid, I enjoyed it. But then the sequel is more for kids. Like, Ghostbusters 2 is
Yeah.
more for kids. It's more in line with the cartoon that came out.
the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Just like the Mummy Returns was more in line with that cartoon. And then the third one's a bunch of shit that no one talks about. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I don't know.
Me either. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Go see it. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll probably enjoy it more than the Tom Cruise one. Should probably talk about that. I don't think there's a lot to say about the Tom Cruise one other than it's garbage. Is it enjoyable?
it's not a bad movie. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's competent.
Yeah, it's always these competent movies that are difficult.
That's the thing about Tom Cruise. Is like, I don't particularly like Tom Cruise. He's as a person, he seems like a fucking cunt. He's like very self-absorbed. He's never like in a. Well, actually, he's in Tropic Thunder. I was gonna say he's never really in a movie where he's not like the main star. But I forgot he was in Tropic Thunder. But most movies he's in, it becomes a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah.
It's no longer just, it's a film about a guy that relives the day every day.
How dare you? How dare you bring Edge of Tomorrow into this?
You mean Live, Die, Repeat?
It's called Edge of Tomorrow. It's a great name because he has the tactical edge of tomorrow. He knows what's going to happen next. That title isn't dumb. It's good. Go watch Edge of Tomorrow. It's good no matter what anybody tells me.
I have seen it.
Shut up. You're wrong.
I like it.
Your opinions are invalid because you don't like Edge of Tomorrow.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just me. I don't like Tom Cruise movies that much. And none of them are bad. Like, I can't say that any Tom Cruise movie I've seen is bad.
Oblivion?
I haven't seen that one.
I like it. It's okay.
Well, why'd you bring it up then?
I don't know. If you didn't
Do
like it.
people say that one's bad?
No, lots of people liked it. It was really well received.
There's a Top Gun 2. I only found that out the other day.
An already existing one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tom Cruise was in that one as well.
Was he?
Yeah. Apparently so. I was looking through Tom Cruise's filmography, and Top Gun 2 popped up. So I don't know. We'll have to see if that one's not garbage.
If it doesn't...
I've never seen Top Gun. I've seen Hot Shots.
I have not seen Top Gun all the way through.
Oh, okay. What, did you get bored and stop?
No, it was just like it was on TV once. And
Oh, right, okay.
I just got in maybe 20 minutes in, and then I had something to do, so I changed it before the end of the movie. But I did get the volleyball scene.
I've never seen it, Kevin. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know about playing with the boys?
No, I don't care.
Hey, yeah, playing with the boys. One of life's greatest joys is playing with the boys.
Is that a song?
Yeah, Kenny Loggins. Playing with
God.
the boys.
Oh.
Back to the Mummy.
Yeah. So yeah, no Tom Cruise movie is really bad, but I just don't really like Tom Cruise.
I love
And this maybe the worst Tom Cruise movie? Because
heard
it's the
of-
least good one.
I'd probably say, yeah, this is the least I've liked a Tom Cruise movie.
Mhm. Fair enough.
I can
makes
easily
sense.
say that.
It's because this isn't just a Tom Cruise movie. This is
A cinematic universe.
Yeah, that's all this is. It's like, we gotta start this cinematic universe of monsters.
If
So we're
this-
gonna have fucking John Goodman, and he's gonna be
It's not
Dr.
John
Jekyll.
Goodman.
He looks like John Goodman.
It's Russell Crowe.
He's got the body of John Goodman now. Like, old
No, he doesn't.
90s gladiator
John-
Russell Crowe would be a cool Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, but he's too fat for me to take seriously.
John Goodman is too fat for Russell Crowe.
What?
No, John Goodman, he's never been in the best of shape.
No, it's true. He's always been
Flintstones
fat.
was his goodest shape. Flintstones. Back to Mummy.
I like Flintstones.
Yeah, no, it's a fun movie.
But no, he looks
Not
like
Viva
John...
Rock Vegas, though.
Oh no, that's garbage. He looks like John Goodman. I don't know why, but he's so. What happened to Russell Crowe? Like, he looked okay in Man of Steel, from what I remember.
Yeah.
When did he get fat?
I don't think he's fat. He's just wearing a suit.
No, he's fat.
He's not that fat, though.
Yeah, but
You're making
he's got John Goodman bod.
He does. You're he's got dad bod, and you're talking about it like he's morbidly obese.
Well, I can't take him. Also, he's a horrendous actor. This.
How dare you say that about Russell Crowe? Russell Crowe is amazing. He is the highlight of the film.
He is, but
Every line he
this
says
is what we were
is
talking
golden.
about. Like, when it gets into Russell Crowe, it turns from just a bleh movie to a so bad it's good movie for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to a bleh movie. And it's like, if you'd hired someone else that fits Dr. Jekyll, then...
John Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman. Yeah, if you'd hired John Goodman as Dr. Jekyll, then that could have been like a good scene. That was like, oh, I want to see more of this Dr. Jekyll guy. But now it's like, I want to see more of this Dr. Jekyll guy because it's horrendous.
Yeah, we just want his own movie. Want his origin movie. I want everyone's origin movie.
Well,
I
that's
want
the
the
thing.
Dark Universe.
Like, I don't know. I know that there's like 6 or 7 announced Dark Universe movies so far. 2 of them is the two that are coming out recently, like in the next couple of years,
Yeah.
have been unconfirmed. Like, we don't know what they are, we just know that there's Dark Universe movies coming out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming one of those is going to be a Dr. Jekyll movie.
I've not heard anything about that. From
Well, yeah.
what I know is since they've cast Invisible Man with Johnny Depp, that's
No, but that was one of the confirmed ones that they announced.
All
'Cause
right.
they announced...
okay, you mean like this?
Yeah. They announced Wolfman, Curse of the Black Lagoon, a Van Helsing movie. I can't remember the other one. There were some more. And then they're all going to team up in the Avengers. in the Monster Squad.
Yeah. I really hope that they get Mel Brooks to play Van Helsing.
Or you could get Hugh Jackman to, like, reprise his role.
No, Mel Brooks will reprise his role as Van Helsing
When did he play Van Helsing?
in Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh, fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Not Mel Brooks' greatest film, but still pretty enjoyable. Like, no, Young Frankenstein is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't write that, but he still directed it. I love Mel Brooks.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah.
Don't die, Mel Brooks.
Yeah, make Spaceballs 2 before you die.
Yeah. Whatever you do, but don't die though.
Yeah.
Use your Jewish curse to stay alive forever. That thing. Can
He's been
Jews,
cursed by the mummy.
can Jews trade in their Jew points to get...
No, it's Jewish gold.
Yeah, that's their Jew points.
Mm-hmm.
They don't call it Jew gold, they call it Jew points.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with the Jews.
Like, I've studied Judaism very thoroughly in the, 5 seconds. If you can, like, suck the life out of other Jews,
Are you saying that Jews are mummies?
maybe. I'd say take care of Sarah Silverman and Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
They probably won't give you much because they don't have much to give.
Adam Sandler doesn't have a soul.
It's not his soul, it's his essence.
No one wants Adam Sandler. He looks sad and depressed.
No,
Have you seen him in Pixels? He looks like he wants to die.
Yeah.
I love Adam Sandler.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
That's a blatant lie. You haven't even seen Billy Madison.
No, it's not the best movie.
But they.
Waterboy is his best movie. We're on to Adam Sandler again. It's hard to talk about the new Mummy movie like without spoilers because it's like meh.
Yeah, it's. Do you like trailer for movie? Then go see movie. If you do not like trailer for movie, don't go see movie.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to go see some schlock, go see The Mummy. It's not the worst thing that's in cinemas right now.
It's also not schlocky enough to say go if you want some schlock.
Yeah. If you want to see a movie that's semi-competent and semi-schlock, then Mummy's maybe for you, kind of.
It's got like 10 minutes of schlock total.
No, I laughed quite a bit. There was some dumb action. There's a bit where the ambulance falls off the thing and
Yeah.
Tom Cruise like falls out, and I just laughed.
No,
I don't
he,
know. It's,
he rolls out.
Yeah.
He gets himself to safety.
yeah.
That's part of his character.
There's two funny moments. Like, there's a lot of moments where it's like, is that supposed to be funny? No one laughed. Is that supposed to be a joke? So mostly the sidekick character.
Yeah, no, that was awful.
Yeah, it was all terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, there was two moments where the cinema laughed. Like, the first moment, like, in Britain, we have these, like, little bits, little, like, clips from movies at the beginning of movies to tell us to turn our phones off.
Yeah.
And one of them was Tom Cruise is about to be stabbed by a mummy, and then he turns around and the girl's there because her phone went off, and he goes, like, Jenny! Like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Jenny! And then it's like, turn your phone off. And it's like, we saw that like 5 times going to the cinema.
Yeah,
So then I played in this,
more.
and I was like, oh. Like, everyone in the cinema laughed. And I was like, see, if I hadn't seen that scene, I might have found it enjoyable. I might have actually laughed there because it's kind of a, oh, they turned around and she's just there, or whatever.
Yeah.
But then the only other moments, like,
All of his moments of being selfish,
yeah.
those are all great.
Yeah. Yeah, he just leaves her at the church.
Yeah, well, because like he's constantly like trying to like run away from things.
He just plays Tom Cruise in this movie.
Yeah,
It's self-absorbed.
yeah, it's great. I love it.
Neither of us have seen Dracula Untold.
Yeah,
It came out a couple years ago, but they made like a big fucking deal about it, and everyone's like, why is like this dumb action Dracula movie everywhere? Turns out, like, we haven't seen it, but I've seen someone talk about it where they're like, Yeah, there's an after credit scene at the end with like a guy sitting in a cafe in modern day, and he's like, "The game begins," and it's supposed to set up like this monster universe
The
or
Dark
something.
Universe.
Yeah.
It's called the Dark Universe.
But we don't know if this takes place in the Dark Universe now or not, because this is before the Dark Universe was a thing.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, if the guy was Russell Crowe, then definitely, but
I don't think it was. I think it was just some guy.
well, maybe they could replace that guy with Russell Crowe because
They just
that-
CGI him in. There was a couple 80-yard lines in this with Russell Crowe that I was like, oh, that's bad.
you can't always get perfect Crowe every time.
Like,
Maximum Crowe.
Yeah. But they've attempted this Dark Universe thing, of trying to make the Monsters universe a reality.
It's gonna be great.
What are they gonna do?
Exactly.
What are they building up to? Is it
might-
gonna be like the opposite of the Avengers, where the Mummy, the Wolfman, Dracula, and Frankenstein team up to destroy the world?
No, because Russell Crowe is talking about like, yes, hatred is the enemy. We must stop hatred.
What?
Hatred is the enemy.
So who's the good guys?
Hatred.
Oh, I guess. Okay,
Hatred is the
so
bad
wait,
guy.
you got like a
We
group.
must use hatred to fight hatred.
You use evil to fight hatred.
Yeah. No, hatred to fight.
He's a monster now.
No, yeah, I think he does literally say use evil to fight hatred, or hatred to fight evil. It's that. It's one or the other.
Oh, garbage. Well, you got Van Helsing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Tom Cruise is going to be a good guy. Maybe the Wolfman gains control.
Yeah. Wolfman seems like too similar to Jekyll and Hyde for that. When it's like, well, he's fighting a monster inside him. Like what? You're just gonna do the same thing? Is Jekyll gonna take him under his wing?
That's why well, that'd be cool.
My
They team up.
apprentice, the Wolfman.
Well, like Dr. Jekyll was in this film, and I was like, oh, we're gonna get a scene where he fights the mummy. Like that would have been cool. But we get a scene where he fights Tom Cruise. Oh, okay. Let's just get into spoilers because I just want to like talk about how this.
Oh, spoilers!
So, would you recommend the Mummy?
I recommend going to see The Mummy only to power the Dark Universe. Only your movie-going fun bucks can fund the Dark Universe. If we get the Dark Universe, I'll be happy. Maybe the movies won't be good, but it doesn't matter whether or not they're good or not. The Dark Universe is what's important. Fuck you and your thoughts and feelings. I want the Dark Universe.
Fuck your opinions.
Yeah.
We don't want good movies. We want fucking schlock in a cinematic universe of schlock.
Exactly. A schlock.
I mean, we already have the DC universe, but that's depressing
Not
schlock.
not schlock, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more schlock.
Well, would you recommend the original Mummy and the Brendan Fraser Mummy? Is what I was going to ask.
I'd say if you had to watch one or the other of Brendan Fraser or original, I'd say watch the Brendan Fraser one.
Would you recommend watching like the old one though?
It's
Like most people have probably seen the Brendan Fraser Mummy.
yeah. I'd say it's past the time for the original Mummy. It's like
Yeah, she's too old now.
it's not a particularly like amazing movie. I'd say if you really like the Brendan Fraser one, Fraser. I keep switching how I say
Who cares?
it.
Brendan.
Just ADR in whichever pronunciation sounds better.
This is all audio. I can ADR in.
Shut up!
I can make you call
Shut
him
up!
Tom Cruise if I
Shut
want.
up. Tom Cruise. Brendan Fraser. Yeah, I'd say if you like the Brendan Fraser, then definitely go back and watch the original to see like the similarities, see like where they've kind of worked on it to change it up and see how they modernized it.
Yeah,
it's
they
a
turned
fun
it from
thing.
a dumb horror movie into an Indiana Jones movie, essentially. And
Yeah.
that's why the Brendan Fraser one is better, because I never really found the Mummy scary.
Yeah, no, but it's not like a hard horror.
Mhm.
It's more like a thriller. Like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the original
Action thriller, yeah.
Yeah, especially the original. It's just like, I mean, there's a bit of like a psychological horror to it, but it feels more like a thriller.
Fair enough. So yeah.
Definitely see the Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Well, I can't recommend the old one because I've never seen it. But I would say you can enjoy the Brendan Fraser one if you turn off your brain and just ignore the fact that everyone's an idiot and nothing makes sense, and just enjoy the dumb action, some of the funny lines, and the romance, and the Indiana Jones-esque romp
Yeah.
that it is. I can't recommend the new Mummy movie as a good movie.
Dark Universe, though.
I can't recommend it as a schlock movie because it treads the ground in between. But what I can say is that I want to see where this stupid fucking Dark Universe goes. So support this movie so we can get a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde spin-off, because that's going to be garbage and I can't wait.
Dark Universe.
Dark Universe! Dark Universe! Dark Universe! We were like chanting that in the cinema.
Yeah.
Like we were really hoping for a schlocky after credit scene of this, so there wasn't one.
Yeah.
Like there was one in Kong. Why the fuck wasn't there one in this? What is this leading up to? Is it
It's
going to be
leading up to Monster Squad.
Yeah, but what are they going to do? Is it the monsters going to fight something, or is something going to fight the monsters? Are they going to save the world? Are they going to make an Avengers team?
They're all going to be working to fight their own curses and stop the curses forever and rid the world of curses. Don't
Wait.
they know that Pirates of the
was
Caribbean
gonna-
5 already solved their problem?
I was going to say, wasn't there a movie we saw where like all the curses in the world just got solved in one movie?
Yeah, it's good. How can the invisible man be cursed to be invisible if all the curses in the world were broken by him?
Well, what movie in the Dark Universe are you most excited for?
Oh, jeez. I'm a big fan of The Mummy. I already saw The Mummy. So, I guess next, I'd like a new Wolfman.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, werewolves are my favorite, so I'd be keen for a new Wolfman.
It's only been like 7 years since the last Wolfman movie that came out.
I didn't particularly like that one. It's not good.
I didn't see it, but
If you want a good werewolf movie, I've told you before, but I would recommend Dog Soldiers to anyone. It's a good, enjoyable film. It's about these like British soldiers. They get locked in a house. They got to fight werewolf soldiers. It's fun. The effects are really good. It's low budget, but the werewolves look awesome. It's a couple cool transformation sequences. Yeah, watch Dog Soldiers. It's better than that shitty 2011 Wolfman movie.
it's got Wolfman. He's a Wolfman. He is a man and a wolf at the
I hope-
same time.
I hope they do something different with these movies, because like this
Yeah,
Mummy
well, they
movie,
have.
this Mummy movie felt more like a remake of the Brendan Fraser movie than a remake of the old one.
It didn't feel like a remake to me. It just felt like
It felt like it existed in the same universe.
yeah.
Because they didn't do Imhotep.
Yeah, there was like little like
You actually see
Thing.
the book from the first Mummy movie in this, but it's like it's not even like an Easter egg in the back you have to find. Like the camera just fucking zooms into this book out of nowhere, and it's like that's the book from the Brendan Fraser Mummy.
they
It's
also
like,
use a location from the Brendan Fraser.
yeah,
one.
yeah, it's the same like
Yeah, the lion statues. Or,
yeah.
like and I was like when I saw that I was like, oh. Then it's like, oh, it's a different place that's happening in, so it's
well, it's like Thieves or something.
yeah.
Is the city, and they talk about that a couple times, and it's like, I guess it would make because it's not like the same curse and stuff as the Brendan Fraser Mummy.
Yeah, it's different.
So it would make sense that it's in the same movie. That would be great. We can get Brendan Fraser and Tom Cruise teaming up.
Brendan Fraser and older man Tom Cruise can work together.
Well, this film is like at the end. Well, it does kind of turn into a slog at the end because it's like you would think, like in the Brendan Fraser movie, they just beat the mummy and it's like, oh, we saved the day, I kissed the girl, whatever, Indiana Jones-esque ride off into the sunset.
Well,
but in
Tom
this,
Cruise saves the day and kisses a girl, but the girl dies because of his
because
kiss.
he sucks the life out of her.
Yeah, that's a good kiss right there.
And then he turns into a monster, just like Dr. Jekyll. And
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll's like, he's a monster now.
Oh.
Oh, it's garbage. Like, the whole middle, oh, fuck.
That's beautiful.
There's a part.
movie.
There's a part where they're running away from the mummy, and then she gets stabbed by a bunch of harpoons, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess there's like a military force come to save the day or something. And then the
Yeah.
moment I saw them, I was like, oh no, fuck, this is going to be Shield, and they're going to go to the Shield base, and we're going to see, and Dr. Jekyll's going to be like, this universe is bigger than you know, and then he's going to show us like all the other monsters and all the
Yeah.
other movies they got planned, and it was exactly what I fucking thought it would be.
beautiful.
Tom Cruise in a straitjacket walks past like the creature from the Black Lagoon's arm in a jar and Dracula's skull in a jar.
Yeah.
And then you see like Frankenstein's skull. Oh fuck, just garbage.
Can't wait.
And that the only scene in the movie that I can really properly remember is when Dr. Jekyll started fighting Tom Cruise, because I was like, fuck yeah, it's
Yeah.
just turned to shit. Because I was thinking like, I knew he was in it, but I was like, is it just gonna be oh he's there, and maybe you see a hint that he turns into Hyde, but they don't really mention it, and it's just like I remember Dr. Jekyll, and then they'll do a spin-off and you'll see that. But then you actually see him like almost turn, and then he injects himself, and I'm like, is he gonna fight the mummy? But he just fights Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he has this big spiel about like, I once had a friend.
Oh yeah, that scene's great as well.
A friend who couldn't control his hatred.
He talks about evil and hate so much, it's comical.
Yeah, he just has a long thing about, like, yeah, long ago, my friend. A friend, not me. I'm not a monster.
Because you see him introduced with his glove.
Yeah, and it's like, take off your gross glove. Let me see your hand. I want to see your monster hand.
Yeah. It felt less contrived than the Brendan Fraser one. It was like the Brendan Fraser one was like, okay, then they find a map, and then they go to the place, and it's a hidden city, and they got to do all this shit. And it's like, to release the mummy from the curse or whatever, they had to dig up the mummy, and then they had to open this box, and then the box had to be opened, and then the book had to be opened, and then the book had to be read out loud, and then that awakened the mummy. And it's like, what the fuck is this curse? But then with this movie, it's just like, they put her in some mercury, and Tom Cruise just let her out, and then she just gets out. And it's like, I appreciate that. It means that the movie starts earlier than, like, an hour into the film.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, like, it's a better pace. But the way they find it's kind of dumb. Because they just kind of, like, nuke this random town in the middle of Iraq, and then it's just, oh, the mummy's here!
Yeah, they just have an airstrike on it, and it's like, what's going on in this scene? Like, why are they just... What do they mean they'll just walk into that town? Is this like...
That action scene was really bad.
Yeah.
Like, with the guns and stuff, and they're just kind of running around.
There's so many shots of them just, like, pointing the gun and firing without giving you a through line of what are they shooting at.
Yeah. Like, this movie was a 15, which means that in America it's probably like an R rated, which means it's like an 18. It did not feel... It felt like a 12. Like, I can't remember anything where I was like, ooh, it's too violent. There was a couple, like, she stabs him in the ribs or something, but it was like...
Yeah.
It felt about the same as the Brendan Fraser one's like a 12. And that was probably scarier. There's a lot of, like, gross monster face.
Yeah, this one had a lot of gross monster face too.
Yeah, that's true. Not as much. Actually, when you see the mummy for the first time and she's, like, sucking the life out of those people, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but they try to play it too much for jump scares.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
just...
it didn't jump... I actually went, like, and... Buh! At the exact time she did it. So, like... I want to say that the action's kind of a mixed bag in this as well, because the plane action scene is fucking awesome.
Yeah, like, anything where Tom Cruise goes like, yeah, I really want to do that stunt.
Yeah.
I want to film it.
Yeah.
It's always great, like,
The Mission Impossible ones where he's, like, on a plane and stuff.
Yeah, he always just wants to do stunts.
Yeah. Which is good. Like, I want more movie stars to do stunts. Rather than, oh, it cut to a different shot and this is a different person.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise was like, nah, fuck it. Actually put me on the side of a plane. It's like, no, Tom, this is 2016. We can do this on green screen and you can just do it in the studio. He's like, no, stick me on the fucking side of the plane. And in this one, they clearly went to, like, 0G or whatever and shook a thing around. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of jumping around this plane and...
It's like a VR experience thing of them filming it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good.
It's like a neat thing to do.
That's the best action scene in the film, I'd say.
Yeah. It's just like...
The rest were just kind of like, meh. I didn't really like any of the action scenes with the mummy. I didn't particularly like the mummy either. She wasn't scary. She wasn't really interesting. Like, I found Imhotep more of an interesting character.
But
There's also, like, one of the things that I appreciate about the Brendan Fraser mummy is, like, the mummy just speaks Egyptian. And then there's a point where they're like, too many subtitles. She just speaks English now.
Yeah. Well, he speaks Egyptian, and then he finds a Jew, so he speaks Hebrew.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a great scene where he's just
language of the slaves. And then he just starts speaking in Hebrew. Like, okay,
so then he makes him his slave. Yeah, it's great. I love that scene because he's just got all the religions on his necklace and he just goes through all of them. I really like that Brendan Fraser movie.
It's fun.
Yeah. This one's just dumb.
It has to be the Dark Universe. Dark Universe all the way.
I want to see different Dark Universe movies.
Yeah.
Like, this one just felt too much like the Brendan Fraser movie, but it didn't feel like it had its own identity. Dr. Jekyll does not fucking fit in a mummy movie.
Yeah, he does. He's he has to get everything together. He's the man with the plan.
He's clearly going to be the Nick Fury of this universe, where it's like, Dr. Jekyll showed up again, and he's going to help the Wolfman.
It's either
he's gonna
that...
take him under his wing and teach him.
Yeah, or he's going to get them all together so he can fight them all.
Oh,
because,
that would be awful.
Because Dr. Jekyll...
He's evil.
Yeah. Mr. Hyde, he's trying to stop them. But Jekyll's like, no, I want to fight all these monsters.
Wait. What if Dr. Jekyll, he assembles a team of heroes, but Mr. Hyde, he assembles a team of monsters. And then he makes them fight, and then it zooms into his face, and he's like, let them fight.
Just like his face is just like got a line
Yeah, cut
between
down the middle.
blue face and normal face.
And they both say in unison in different accents somehow. Let them fight.
Oh, let them fight.
It's your old pal, Dr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde, you stupid idiot.
Wait, what does he say?
I'm not a doctor. I ain't been to monster medical school.
I propose a proposition. I propose a coalition.
Yeah. 'Cause you're not doing it Cockney. You gotta go more. You gotta go more like you're swallowing fucking soup.
I propose a coalition.
That's better. That's wrong.
That was awful.
Oh, all right, puppet.
Yeah, so I'm saying Russell Crowe's a terrible Dr. Jekyll.
What are you talking about?
Like,
Oh, we're great, Mr. Hyde.
you're gonna have to do a British accent, then get someone from Britain. Get an English guy.
Over the time.
David Tennant. He'd be a good Dr.
he's not.
Jekyll.
He's not.
He's good at everything he's in.
He's not.
He's a
He-
fucking beautiful man.
He can be Wolfman.
No, too handsome.
Too handsome for Wolfman. That's not a thing.
He can be Van Helsing.
No, he's not jacked.
They should bring back Peter Cushing for Van Helsing. We have the technology. We can make him look like a cartoon.
We can have everyone be a cartoon.
Yeah, we can bring back all the old celebrities, and you don't have to pay them. That's the best part.
We can bring back good-looking Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, we can defat him.
We can
We can make him look less like Russell Crowe.
we can bring the joy back to his eyes through special effects. Yeah, have you seen how dead he looks?
Well, his eyes are as dead as his career.
Oh,
What was the last thing you seen Brendan Fraser in apart from Mummy 3?
I saw that interview he did about a TV show he's in, where he's really sad and quiet, and he's kind of like, he's clearly like got something like in his throat, like he's finally like, yeah, I'm in this new show. I have to pay my wife half of everything I make.
Oh, poor Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong. Maybe he did. I don't know.
I need to look up Brendan Fraser when I go home.
Yeah.
All I remember him from is George the Jungle and the Mummy.
What about Looney Tunes back in action?
Oh yeah. Have you seen the deleted ending for that? It actually makes the movie good. Like they have a really terrible romance throughout the whole thing, and then at the end they just don't get together, and they say that they had no chemistry together.
So, Dad, this is Kate. We haven't kissed yet or anything. We don't really get along, and we have virtually nothing in common.
I think this could be the one.
My tummy hurts.
Yeah, it turns it from this is just bad to hey, it's intentionally bad.
Yeah.
But they deleted it, and it's like fuck. I'm gonna watch the alternate director's cut of Looney Tunes back in action.
Yeah. I just want to watch Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes is good.
When's the next live-action Looney Tunes movie where they're cartoons?
The Looney Tunes cinematic universe. We can have a Daffy Duck movie. We can have a Bugs Bunny movie. We can have a Sylvester McCoy and Bird movie. We can have a Roadrunner movie. He'd be like the Flash, the Roadrunner. We can have them all team up to fight Marvin the Martian.
Can have them fight communism.
You can have them fight Fat Brendan Fraser. It's like a callback to Looney Tunes Back in Action. It's like, this exists in the Back in Action universe.
They can have them have a basketball match against the guys whose powers got stolen to become the Monstars. When
They can link them all together.
when they got their life force back, they became Monstars. Fuck you, LeBron James. You're going down. Was it LeBron James?
No, if they made another like Space Jam, it would be like Michael Jordan or Michael B.
Michael
Jordan.
B. Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but whatever. They got the guy that was Van Forstic.
Yeah.
A. Michael Jordan. I don't
Yeah.
know. Michael A. Jordan.
Hey everyone, Michael Jordan is here.
Which one? Not the basketball player. He's not a very good actor. We switched them like every other scene. Well, that's all, folks. Would you rather be a Disney animated character or a Looney Tunes animated
Looney Tunes.
character? Oh, okay.
Disney sucks compared to Looney Tunes.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
Oh, shit, House of Mouse.
Yeah.
Fuck, House of Mouse exists. Oh my god. Now you made it difficult. Everyone's there.
Mm.
You have You have Hercules.
What's a battery? Hercules.
Yeah. You have
Hercules.
you have Hades. You have other Hercules characters.
I like Hercules.
Yeah.
I watched it the other week. It's a good movie.
Was Tarzan ever in House of Mouse just kicking about?
Probably.
He seems like a weird character to have
Fuck,
kicking
I just
about.
remembered House of Mouse. It's that weird, like, show that they had where they put, like, different cartoons in
Yeah,
in
but they
between.
also had like storylines going
Yeah.
on within the clubhouse.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, it was a fun show. It was a good way to introduce kids to classic
And
Disney
now
cartoons.
introducing Danny Ironside in his own show, Wasting Time, and they all just look shocked because we talk about how much we hate the fucking Jews.
Yeah. No, well that's why they're fighting. That's why Mickey's like, oh, hey, these guys are great.
He's like our creator. Death to the Jews. Say that really loudly on a beach. Luckily, no one was walking past. Death to the Jews.
Gorge.
Gorsh, Mickey. Would you rather be Dr. Jekyll or would you rather be a mummy? A mummy man like Tom Cruise?
Well, man, because then you have like the power of life and death.
Yeah, that was another thing. There was like the side character who was like annoying and unfunny. But then he gets bitten by a spider and Tom Cruise is like, it's just a camel spider, idiot. It's not poisonous. And then he gets really sick and it's like, so was it poisonous?
No, he was cursed.
Yeah. I thought he was like, he became like a zombie or something, but no, I guess he was cursed.
Yeah,
And then he
he's
died.
cursed.
But then he came back
Well-
at the end.
He died because Tom Cruise shot him.
Yeah, true. I thought the curse would have killed him because he looked pretty dead.
No.
Curses.
Curses.
Fucked the boy. But then
Curses don't kill you. Curses force you to stay alive sometimes.
the curses in these mummy movies make no fucking sense.
Yeah.
What was the curse in this? Like they wrapped her in bandages and they buried her alive. What did the curse do?
Well, curse is what gives her superpowers.
Why did they curse her? Why didn't they just kill her?
Because it makes her existence more painful and excruciating. But if she breaks free, she gets superpowers. That's the trade-off. That's the
That
problem with
sounds
all
like
these...
an awful idea.
Yeah, that's the problem with all these curses. They're like, yeah, they'll never get out of here. But if they do, then fucking hell, they'll be a super god.
Well, that's the thing, because they're like,
Why take the risk? Why not just kill them?
well, they're probably like, well, we don't have the technology to break her out. And they're like, well, what if people thousands of years from now, they get the technology? It's like, well, who cares? We'll be dead by then. Just leave it to them.
That's
They
the
can deal
next
with it.
guy's problem. I'm off the clock.
That's the next Pharaoh's problem. Just fucking curse her. And there's this contrived thing where it's like, she wanted to stab Tom Cruise. Like, oh, that was another thing from the Brendan Fraser movie that I really like.
Yeah.
The guy with the glasses has bad eyesight,
Yeah.
and then the mummy takes his eyes, so then he just mistakes the girl for his wife
Yeah.
because he's got shitty eyes now. Like, that's really cool. And it's like, and it's like, oh, he wants to bring the girl back, so he uses this girl as like a sacrifice or something, and she's going to possess his body. But in this, why she picked Tom Cruise? Is it because Tom Cruise let her out?
Yeah.
What if it was a girl?
And she just... Yeah. And Set would just have a girl body.
Speaking of girl, what did you think of Jenny?
Like, she's just kind of like...
Annoying.
Yeah, annoying and bitchy at the
Yeah.
start, and then...
Then she starts going on about how Tom Cruise is a great guy, and it's like,
No,
you're
deep
wrong.
down, he's a great guy.
Oh, right.
Even though he is literally like, no.
Yeah, there's a point where she's like, I think deep down you're a great guy, and he's like, why the fuck do you think that? She's like, well, you gave me the only parachute that there was, and I turned to you. I'm like, he abandoned her at church. Like, did she forget about that? And he says like, I thought there was another parachute.
Yeah.
And there's like both of us just like, well, the entire audience just laughed. That was the funniest scene of the film.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It solidifies his character.
He's
as-
just an asshole.
Well, he's just a guy.
True. Yeah.
He's just a reasonable human being.
Yeah.
Every man for himself.
Yeah. Well, he does leave her at church.
Yeah, every man for himself.
He doesn't even like wait for her.
He does at one point, but he would. He could have left her.
Because I thought it was funny. They left the church and then they both run in separate directions. And I thought it would have been great if they'd like just kept running.
Yeah.
But then she's like, "Oh shit, I gotta go with him." So I don't know why she didn't run to the ambulance in the first place. I'll just run into the woods.
And she's safe because, I mean, what are the mummies going to do? Follow her? There's Tom Cruise over there.
Oh,
They will
tasty
get his
Tom Cruise.
autograph.
Yeah.
His autograph. Why
Autograph.
to say that like that?
Because you're Dr. Jekyll. Alright, mate.
Oh, God,
I propose a coalition.
I propose you give me your autograph.
What do you think about the mummy fights at the end, where Tom Cruise fought the mummy? Does it, like, the mummy kind of like fluctuated from being like just a corpse to being really powerful.
Yeah.
Like,
She
Tom
was
Cruise
beating
stabs her,
people.
and then she turns around, and then the girl takes the knife out and stabs her again with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I guess she's not that powerful, because then they run away from her. Yeah. And then she throws him into the air, and it's like, okay, I guess she is powerful.
Yeah.
And then they get her with harpoons, and they chain her up, and I was like, okay, I guess she's not powerful. And then she breaks out and starts murdering everyone. I'm like, okay, I guess she is. And then the same thing happens at the end, where she fights Tom Cruise. It's like, okay, I guess she is powerful. And then Tom Cruise stabs himself.
Yeah.
And then he becomes a god.
Yeah.
And he gets the weird, like, two people things.
Yeah.
And then he kills her.
Then the movie is over. Go home.
No after credits.
No credits. We're not even going to show you the credits. We're just stopping it.
That would have been better. Because we sat through the credits hoping there was going to be a shitty after credit scene.
Yeah.
I was disappointed and I had low expectations.
Yeah. I just wanted a big dumb scene where it was like, hey, here's Wolfman.
Yeah, I wanted some, like, I didn't want to see, like, oh, it's Dracula's skull. It's the creature from the Black Lagoon's hand. It's like, well, that doesn't make sense because I'm assuming there's only one creature from the Black Lagoon, so is he just dead?
There's only one Dracula.
Well, there's multiple vampires. That could have just been another vampire.
Yeah.
Then they have, like, Frankenstein's skull. So is Frankenstein dead?
Maybe Frankenstein's bride will be the Frankenstein for the team.
Oh, yeah, because they're not making a Frankenstein movie. They're making a Bride of Frankenstein movie.
I thought they were making both.
Oh, maybe they are. Maybe it'll just be one movie. Maybe they'll make Frankenstein and he'll kill a little girl. And then Frankenstein will be like, oh, I guess I need to make him something to fuck. And then he makes a girl. And then Frankenstein becomes a bad guy and the girl becomes a good guy. Because feminism.
Frankenstein's bride must destroy Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
And Frankenstein must learn how to open his jar. You can make him like a robot.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. He's just very like, programmed and just like very like stilted.
Well, do you think like the Frankenstein movie and that, will they take place like nowadays? So that was another thing I was going to say. Like, when does the Brendan Fraser movie take place? It's like, is it the 30s?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to take place the same like time.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely like, it's post World War One.
That was another thing about the Brendan Fraser movie. There's just a pilot guy that shows up, and he's like, oh, I haven't had a challenge since the war. I'm just going to go and sit in my airfield. And then Brendan Fraser's like, we need a plane. And then they go to that guy, and then the plane crashes, and he just dies.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm so glad that he could take them to a place. And that was his only purpose as a character.
Yeah.
It's another reason I was like, this movie's dumb. It's so contrived. They need to get to a place. Oh, they know someone that has a plane. Oh, but then then he dies.
Maybe he'll be okay. Oh, quicksand, let's get out of here. Let's, okay, well,
No, but they salute him, though.
Yeah.
See, the Brendan Fraser movie is like, it can be considered so bad it's good.
But it was intended to be campy,
Yeah,
so that's where it's like, that's where it falls into that, can you create so bad it's good?
No. Sharknado 2.
Was the first Sharknado like a passion project for somebody and then it just like went out of control, or was it
No, I
always...
think it was just schlock.
Yeah.
They just wanted to make schlock. They thought, oh, Sharknado, people... It's a tornado with sharks in it. What do people want? I'm sick of talking about these mummy movies.
Yeah, who else is sick of talking about mummies?
Who?
Jenny!
Jenny!
Jenny! Jenny!
Alright, Jenny, I propose a coalition!
I propose you be a woman so we don't look like a bunch of penises in a room.
We don't want this to be a sausage fest now, do we?
Oh.
Oh, you're a monster now, Jenny!
She'll be the bride of Frankenstein. Play the original 1932 mummy theme to play us out.
I was gonna say that the Brendan Fraser mummy music is still kind of okay. I can't remember. It's like
The 1932 mummy theme. They play it at the start of like almost every scene.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like it's really loud and moving, and it just pans down.
So play the mummy music, Jenny.
Would you rather? Would you rather have sex with the mummy or
My mummy?
your mummy? Because one will suck the life out of you, and the other is an ancient monster.